Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back on this fine Thursday evening. To my right, as always, is Chris Vargo.
What up?
Coach D in the box right next to us. Hey, you guys know the drill too. Follow us on the Instagram. Our tag is down below. Follow us on Kick. Follow us on YouTube. We're live on YouTube as well. Coach D, a production animal, getting us on that dual stream. We got quite a bit to talk about today, Chris, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Coach D, I know
yeah.
you had some stuff going on as well, but I think we should kick this off with a recap of the big UFC event last weekend. Now, a lot of interesting things happened, and I will face the music first for our betting experts. Anybody who put money down on the bets that our betting experts had done their research on, I'm sorry, because we also lost money. So don't be mad at us. But some interesting stuff happened at UFC 320. And Coach, I want some of your insight. What did you think of the card?
Well, the card was good. The card, like I said, as far as solid cards go, I thought it was on point. Right? They delivered what they were supposed to deliver. But styles make fights. That's the secret sauce of MMA compared to everywhere else. Styles make fights. So when you get the right mixture of fights, it's always unpredictable. Just because it looks good on paper, once the swinging starts, you find out what it's all about. And that's what the whole card was.
Yeah,
It was full of hiccups all the way
you
around.
definitely saw that when the swinging starts. Some people couldn't handle the deep water of those later rounds.
Yeah, that's why our podcast is so great. We know what deep water
I was gonna say that.
Roundtree.
Khalil Roundtree.
This man doesn't believe that Roundtree gassed out.
Coach, he gassed.
He did not
This
gas.
This man doesn't think he gassed out.
Hear this.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff. Say your piece, then I'll say mine.
Yeah, you got this after, Coach. I'll let you dance after this one.
All right.
Roundtree won the first 2 rounds, right? Notably, he won the first 2 rounds. That second round, third round, that was deep water for him, Coach. And if you don't think he gassed out, I don't know what you're thinking.
Okay. Can I go now?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Can I go
So
now?
you're correct. What people miss, like short people like Chris, who should get it because he's short, Roundtree had to do twice the work to keep Jury off of him, right? You see, when he connected, he was missing. Jerry was a bigger fighter. So when he was landing shots, he wasn't backing Jerry up. Jerry was spinning around and go, okay, good, but you can't slow me down. So it had nothing to do with gassing. Jerry just kept the pressure on him so much that he wilted. It's not gassing when the guy makes you fight 3 times as hard than he's doing. That had nothing to do with a gas tank. It has to do, he was pushed to the end. That's it. That's not gassing. That's not gassing. When you can't hit him, you can't get the guy off you, right? If I punch you in the face and I can't stop you, it's a mental game too. That's not gassing. He had to keep fighting to kind of get Jerry off him. He couldn't do it. That's not gassing. That's not gassing.
If you didn't, just because he didn't train properly to have
It
that
has nothing to
situation.
do with training. How you win 2 rounds? How you win 2 rounds if he wasn't training? He outfought Jerry for 2 rounds, and Jerry said, "Look, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. I'm gonna put the pressure on you and just keep throwing shots." That's how he got him.
So he focused on strategy instead of cardio. We get it.
Jury drug Khalil into the deep waters, and Khalil ended up flat on the canvas.
He put an anchor on him.
No, that's what he got knocked out legitly. But you're saying gas tanking, it wasn't. It wasn't gas tank.
Hey, on the topic of this fight, though, our betting experts did say that this fight would go to the 3rd round. And that was a plus 100. So that's the only bet that I think they might have hit. So if you took that one out of however many bets they said, you might have won something.
I mean, that's
hey,
nice,
but I tell you what, know what surprised me? The first fight with Pyre. I didn't think it was going to be a grappling match. I thought it was going to be all stand up 2 big dudes. That surprised me.
Who picked Piper?
Look, our betting experts did their thing, and they did
not. But okay,
we know Piper for who he is, but you just picked Piper money line. Now, I did my research. I went back. Joe Pyfer by submission was plus 1,600.
You're welcome. Maybe you should listen to me instead.
Did you say submission though? Joe Pyfer was a minus 400.
I was picking to win, dude.
Yeah, you wouldn't have won any money off it. He was minus 400.
I don't bet. I like my
I
money.
didn't have submission nowhere in it on Piper. Nowhere.
I honestly, that fight was a bit. I stayed away from that fight. Obviously, our betting experts did it, and I'm not one to judge our betting experts, right? But they took Abus, and I was a bit hesitant on the Abus pick for multiple reasons. I mean, Joe Pyfer's 29. He's up and coming. He's probably gonna get a top 15 fight here pretty soon after that. You were right though, Coach. You mentioned it turned into a grappling match. That fight showed us a little bit more about what Pyfer can do because Pyfer's known to knock people out, not submit people.
He's growing.
He's growing. No, Piper do that one good shot.
Well,
and that was
put him
it.
down.
He's like, look, okay, I don't want no. It was the one shots that changed everything. Look at a lot of fights, the main event and that one clear shot changed the whole fight.
That started the main card off on a banger, obviously. I mean, when your first card on a main card starts with the finish, you know it's probably going to be a pretty good main card.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Let me tell you who I was cussing at was Josh. I was cussing at Josh like he was my brother. I go, Josh, what are you doing? I was so pissed at Josh.
I also did not pick Josh.
Our betting experts did not. They picked Youssef Zalal, and I think that was a great pick. But he also got the submission, and it was a verbal tap, Coach.
Yeah, the old verbal tap.
It was a verbal tap because Zalal had both of his arms wrapped up.
Yeah.
So he had a verbally tap. Do we see? I'm not too familiar with how many verbally taps you see.
All I know is this: like he was on him, and then he just let him go.
I'll tap.
And everyone was confused as to what happened.
Yeah.
For about 5 seconds
until we heard the audio. So I mean that was something that we had a verbal tap on that card. So back-to-back submissions, first and second, and then Khalil Roundtree
KO,
gassed out.
Come from behind,
gassed out KO, and then Merab did his thing.
Yeah.
Merab, he's the only fighter now, after that fight, to have 100 takedowns in the UFC. He put up, 15 takedowns on Corey Sandhagen?
I mean, one, he's a great wrestler.
Yeah, he's a great wrestler.
But two, I'm just going to say something here.
Don't say it, save it. Don't say it, save it.
The criteria for what a takedown is in UFC is kind of weak sauce.
Go into depth. Elaborate.
Okay,
go ahead.
You hit the mat and then immediately stands up every single time. They're like, we're going to give you credit for a takedown. When you think about the amount of takedowns he had, the control time was hot garbage for the amount of takedowns he got credit for.
You make a point.
That's all I'm saying.
Normally, if you take them down, but you don't control them, there's supposed to be a time limit of control before it's considered a takedown. If he goes down and comes right back up, it's not a takedown. And also, if you get a shot off after the takedown is nullified.
Well, it didn't feel like they were scoring it that way, the way they were describing it.
Throughout
as the way the commentators were describing it, because they're like, he has 17 takedowns. I'm like, I think he has 2 legit ones.
Let's finish. A takedown without control is not a takedown.
I get it, but it just didn't seem like that's how they were describing it. Because I was like, if that's a takedown, because basically every time he took him down, he stood right back up.
Yeah, officially, the official note is Merab had 20 takedowns.
Yeah, they gave him credit for 20
takedowns, Coach. Some UFC fighters are lucky to get one.
He didn't have 20. That's my point. He didn't have 20.
That's 20 legit takedowns.
That's padding his record for whatever they got planned for him because, that's what I'm saying. Ain't no such thing.
I thought maybe he should have been credited with 4.
So then, would you say that UFC should adopt a wrestling takedown criteria? What's considered a takedown in wrestling should be.
Well, if they already have a rule that requires a certain amount of control, then it is the wrestling rule.
We didn't see that.
But if the judges aren't going to score it like that, then they need to clarify what should be judged as a takedown because he didn't have 20. There's no way he had 20 legitimate takedowns.
Yeah, I mean he would foot sweep him, get back up.
Yeah, he stood up every time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Merab did do his thing. Machine.
I'm not taking anything away from him. He dominated him, but I'm saying
Corey had an excellent first round. I thought that was the blueprint of how to beat Merab, but after that, it went all downhill for Corey after that.
I thought he was going to get finished in the second. Remember that combo that Marab had and had Corey?
Was no
I honestly don't know how he survived that.
I thought the ref was going to come in and stop it,
Oh,
but
I do know how he survived it. Because Marab has no power.
oh, now that's a
real thing.
I might have to agree with Chris.
I could agree as well.
He has 21 wins. He has one knockout in his entire career.
Now that you said this, right? Marab's next fight, he will probably get the knockout because he heard you say that.
I hope so.
Speed and power don't go hand in hand. If you're going to be fast across the board, you're not going to be as powerful because you got to build a gas tank for speed.
In our chat,
it's hard to have
no, Stinky, I'll whoop you. So then, on to the main event. Pereira did what Pereira does, Coach. Finishes it quick with power.
Man, I don't even call that a match. I don't even call that. I was so disappointed in that match.
Wyatt had broken ribs on that.
First of all, I get what freaking Alex did, what was great. Normally he's a slow starter. They spent a full whole round feeling each other out. He didn't do that. He went right after it, got that good shot, and that was it. So
this fight was personal. This was a personal one for him. He had to avenge a loss, but
yeah.
What did I say in our episode?
You said Pereira.
Pereira. What did I say about him though? Why did I say he would win?
You look at avenge his loss, something like that, right?
Because he always wins against the guy the second time.
Hey, I will say this for the record. I was telling our betting experts, why are we going with Ankalaev? And they all of them thought that Pereira couldn't do it, but and we wrote our betting experts.
The Dagestani Kool-Aid, bro. The Dagestani Kool-Aid.
But you just said this too. Alex Ankalaev had broken ribs going in a fight. Anytime a fighter loses the main event, right? They always come. Oh, I was injured, right? Then why did you fight?
I'm beginning to think Pereira was actually telling the truth based on the outcome of this one. Maybe he was at 40% the first time.
I think when you give Pereira proper rest, a full training camp when he's not defending a title every 2 months, he gets 6+ months to rest, 6+ months to train. That's a dangerous Pereira. I don't even know what's next for him. What do you think? What's next for him, Coach?
Well, he said he wants to go up to heavyweight and fight Jones, but then freaking Hamzat called him out. Hamzat said, "I want that smoke." So.
Hamzat versus Pereira. I like that.
First of all, the only way John Jones should ever be allowed back in UFC is if he fights Aspinall.
Or pass a drug test?
I don't give a fuck about a drug test. Smoke all the weed, do all the crack you want. Do steroids. I don't give a shit. Make the shit fun.
Wasn't his issue steroids?
All, Jones can fight whoever he wants.
Dana White ain't gonna let him fight nobody but Aspinall.
He's retired though.
Hey, everybody's got to fight who the hell they want coming up. Freaking Conor got to fight who he want. Everybody got to fight who they want. Now you saying John Jones can't fight who he wants like everybody else could? Get the hell out of here.
He's retired, Coach.
I think he retired because
you're right. Retiring and come back, that kind of fucked him up a little bit. But out that, he's still a star. He don't get what he wants. He don't get what he wants.
What I'm saying is he retired because Dana White drew a line in the sand and said, "You're going to fight Aspinall, or I'm going to strip your title."
Well, I mean,
so he retired.
If you peeped it and watched a little bit how that whole situation went down, Aspinall came out and said he started 3 to 4 camps for John Jones, and every time John Jones ducked, right?
Well, my thing is Aspinall not the number one contender?
He was. He was interim champ at the time.
Then if the champion is not going to fight either the interim champion or the number one contender,
then you strip.
Then he should strip his belt. Should get
and that's
stripped.
what happened. His belt got stripped. Aspinall is the champ.
He retired. Still, his belt wouldn't get stripped, but he still retired.
He's retired.
Retiring is the problem. Now that he retired and trying to come back, that's where he fucked up at by retiring. Now the belt can go. He lost the belt because of retiring shit. He shouldn't have done that. But anyway,
he was going to get his belt stripped.
Look how many times Conor was supposed to fight Chandler, didn't happen. Conor going coming back, don't come back. Ain't nobody saying shit. Ain't nobody saying shit. Now, granted, he don't got the belt, but he would have got the top spot. He would have got top billing. He would have got main event status. He would have got all that shit. And didn't do it I don't know how many times. I want to hear that shit.
With the big announcement of the White House card, right? All these fighters are wanting to get on this White House card, and I don't know if the sources are credible enough, but maybe we'll we'll look more into it here soon. But Conor McGregor is supposed to be on that card.
Well, right now he's on suspension, so they say
Until
he
March.
should be back by time the card comes around. So we'll see.
First of all, the UFC better figure out how to get an American champion before that fight and put that motherfucker on the main event.
When you got DC saying we need John Jones, you know shit's bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But all right. So then pivoting from the UFC this past weekend again, I'm going to say sorry to all those who followed our betting experts. Those guys, they will face the music as well to you guys, and I'm apologizing on their behalf. It wasn't their greatest showing, but I will say
they're going to win your money at some point.
They're proven. They are proven, and UFC is hard to bet on. I mean, Coach, combat sports. It's hard to bet on.
Yeah.
And you can do all the research you want. That's just sports in general. But our betting experts will be back, and they'll win you some money.
Knockouts and submissions are the great equalizer,
like Chris said.
You catch somebody real quick.
So now moving on to, again,
Trap. All right, we got some technical difficulties. So they're going to have to kind of log out and log back in. So give them the minute to have to log back in. I don't know what's going on. So I got to let them know to log back in. So they're going to log out and log back in. So give them a second. Technical difficulties, people. It happens. Oh. Hey, fight fans, we got some technical issues. I'm not gonna say what it is because I want to save it for another podcast. But I'm laughing right now. I am laughing right now, so I gotta carry on the show. So all right, so we got technical difficulties right now with Chris and Jeff. So we apologize. So we're getting ready to get into the RAF conversation, RAF 2 and the card. The card looks pretty good. We got some pretty good things that we can definitely talk about. So hold on one second. Let me find out one thing right quick. We may have to cut the podcast short. Let's see. But yeah, I'm laughing right now. Welcome to production.
Yo.
Oh, he saved it.
I got it.
Well, I think Chris's kids had everything in the world plugged in. And Chris got that Walmart internet.
Yeah, mine's saying.
Coach, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Some technical difficulties on our end. I don't know. I just had a magic touch.
I don't know. My internet shit the bed.
But Chris's internet. You heard it.
Yeah,
well,
Chris,
chat.
Chris kids probably had every video game they own plugging in at the same time. Because
no,
Chris
my
is
router
soft.
went out. No, my router's out.
Well,
hey, stop buying stuff from Walmart.
We're back. So,
all right,
you know what I was saying? Another match was added to the RAF 02 card. Nico Megaludis versus Andrea Sitsenko. Now,
okay, we're back.
I have a feeling
we're back.
that
we're
what, 3 weeks out from October 25th, which is RAF 02, guys, ladies and gentlemen, RAF 02. August 25th. You're going to want to tune into that. This would be a better production, better show than the first one. But I have a feeling that a couple more matches will be added, and I think they're going to go Nittany Lion heavy. I mean, they're obviously going Russian heavy, right? I mean, look at the card. They're going Russian heavy. They're going international wrestler heavy. And this being at Rec Hall, legendary Rec Hall, more Nittany Lion wrestlers will be added, right? So this is going to be an interesting card for that fact. I mean, Nico Megaludis been out the game a little bit. He's wrestling a pretty significant Russian wrestler. I'm just excited how this is going to happen. And then RAF also posted, Bo Nickel. He'll be commentating for them now. I don't know if he'll be doing a side-by-side with Juliana Pena or he'll be doing his own, so that'll be interesting.
I don't know, man. Like, I get, like, I don't know how I feel about, like, forming the event to the place you're holding it.
That's fair. Like, just like how they're adding all these Nittany Lion wrestlers.
Now, like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because, like, it's their second event and they're trying to build momentum. But, like, if you host something at Penn State, you know it's going to be sold out and it's going to be buck wild.
Yeah.
Like, that atmosphere is going to be crazy. That arena is going to be packed. It's going to be standing room only. Like, it's going to be everything you want for an atmosphere of a professional athletic event. I'll give them that.
So is it a big enough venue?
Yeah, doesn't Penn State seat like 18,000 or something?
It's a legit, and it's like Rec Hall itself too is like wrestling oriented.
Yeah, so it'll be packed. Okay, sir.
Coach, you hear me?
Yep. Keep going. We good.
Chris's internet's going bonkers, guys. Sorry, chat, for that. But
there's something with the neighborhood going on right now.
Rec Hall.
Yeah, blame it on the neighborhood, not your wallet. Blame it on the neighborhood.
He's got to get on the Facebook neighborhood watch. Hey, anybody else's internet down?
Look, man, I got 1 terabyte download speed. Leave me alone.
But Rec Hall, I mean, Chris said it too, it sells out college duels.
Yeah.
Like when Iowa or Nebraska comes to Rec Hall, that whole arena's filled. So imagine what a professional wrestling event such as RAF is going to do. They might even oversell. You know what I mean?
Now the thing, the crazy thing is that probably all the real entertainment fans are going to probably have to watch live because all your hardcores are going to be there. So the tickets are going to sell out quick, right?
Oh, quick!
Your up and coming casuals aren't going to be able to get in. They're going to have to be watching it on live.
Now I'll make a note here real quick though. Once betting comes to RAF. We'll be hitting, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be hitting when betting comes to RAF.
That one I can tell you.
We will be hitting when betting comes to RAF. And
we're the betting experts for that one.
Yeah, the day ones that are going to be with us and see those, you guys will be winning some money with us on those events because betting will be at RAF. We know some knowledge that maybe not a lot of people know, and I might get shot for saying that, but we know. That's all I'm saying.
Plus, we were like
I'm rooting for you.
We were. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be buck wild. And RAFO 2, I mean, I'm expecting bigger fireworks than what the first event was. I mean, I was at the first event. I sent you guys some content, some pictures. I mean, it looked crazy, right, for the first event. But Izzy and Chad both told me themselves that RAFO 2 is going to be even better.
They got to have something planned that they're not telling anybody about.
Oh, do you think they're going to have another Holly Holm?
No, you can't.
Not Holly Holm surprise, but another.
No, you can't do this.
Something
You can't do the same shtick twice. But they could have. They got 9 matches now.
The last one had 10.
Right, but I think you never want. I feel like even numbers is what you're going for.
Even number matches.
They're going to have to have.
I don't think it's going to be just 9 or 10 matches. I think they got 2 wild cards that they're going to save for the last. I don't think 10 matches is going to be where they're going to stop at.
I think there'll be some wild cards going in there. And then, I mean, again, we touched on it a little bit, and we were hoping for this to happen when we thought about when RAF came to fruition a little bit, the introduction of international wrestlers. I want to touch on this again real quick. Like, I think almost every card except for what? RBY, the influencer match, we're having the international scene come to RAF. And what does that mean going forward? I think we're going to have full-on Russian versus USA, Iran versus USA. It's going to be a spectacle, and it's going to make RAF even more enticing to be at because that's where the best competition's at.
I think it also allows for RAF to have side events, right? So, like, UFC has like fight nights in between their main events.
Yeah, we have a fight night this weekend too.
You could see something like a fight night type scenario where they do a 10-match duel between Iran and the United States, or a 10-match duel between Russia and Iran, or whatever, and have those be like fight night type events at some point in the future. I could see that.
That would be pretty fun actually.
And
you guys a chance to create super matches like you guys were saying before. What would be considered a super match for
Sadoya versus Snyder?
Yeah, Coach, you make a good point. Chris, you brought up probably the biggest women's super match last time, right? Looking at this card, right, do you see any possible super matches that could be set up here? Other than Mason Parris and Kyle Snyder, they already, God forbid, hopefully Kyle Snyder's knee's all right, but that was already a super match that was lined up.
Parris Snyder would be really good.
Parris Hendrickson then?
Maybe bring Burroughs in, do Burroughs Dake.
Ooh. With Jake Varner.
Yanni Gomez.
With them getting these older wrestlers.
Isn't Varner heavyweight too?
It says unlimited.
Yeah, so isn't Varner in the same weight as Parris and
I think
Snyder?
He can wrestle whatever he wants.
Well, that's the same weight class as Snyder and Hendrickson and all of them.
But I had a thought. All right. So RAF's bringing in wrestlers like Lance Palmer, Darian Caldwell, Jake Varner, Pat Downey, who just say they don't get David Taylor to get in on this, right? Who's to say they don't get? Let's get Tom Brains out there.
No.
Would David Taylor come back and compete? You think, or think he comfortable being a coach?
I think he's too. I think he has.
You think
too much to deal with trying to get Oklahoma State to catch up to Penn State on the coaching side.
Fair enough.
And he needs to focus on that. Now, if you want to have a little fun, and maybe one of the surprise matches this weekend is Cael Sanderson versus David Taylor.
Oh my gosh, that would be
that would shut the internet down. If that came out the blue like that and we weren't expecting it, it will be crazy. It will be crazy.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, why not?
I don't think Cael would do that.
I'm just saying, why not?
I don't think Cael would do that.
If you're gonna have David Taylor wrestle, then it'd be an open division match.
Bring Hassan Yazdani back
against Cael Sanderson, dude.
Bring Yazdani back.
Nah, dude.
Bring Yazdani.
Come on, dude. If this happens, I'll become a god. If that
you'll become happens. A god.
If that happens
Careful now. Careful now.
If that happens, people are like, "How did this dude see that from a mile
away?" Last time a dude thought he was God, you know what happened to him, Coach?
Yeah, his internet went down.
Yeah, God's internet doesn't go down. All right, so we'll come back to Rafa too, but pivoting real quick. Division I wrestling is finally doing a national dual setting, Chris.
They've been doing it.
They have been?
All the divisions do it.
Division I hasn't been doing it to this extent.
Well, I think that they're finally getting some buy-in, maybe. But
for the past couple of years, there was no D1 like national duels with all the teams. No,
they don't have all the teams anyway. Even now.
No, they don't have. But what they're putting on this year,
the NWCA has been doing in all divisions national duels for a few years.
Well, I'm talking about the Division I level.
I'm saying they've been doing it in all divisions. So what they've been doing is having D1 through D3 and NAIA all at the NWCA national duels. I think this might be the first year they're breaking out D1
and doing their
separately. But regardless, is it really a Division I national championship duel if Penn State's not in the bracket?
I got the bracket pulled up right now.
There ain't no Penn State, and it is there.
No, but
so what are we doing?
Okay, why wouldn't they be there?
Because they don't want to wrestle in it. That's really what it comes down to.
What?
It's not on their event schedule.
Okay.
It's NWCA. It's not like an NCAA. It's like an official NCAA national dual schedule.
Got you. Okay, that's what I was missing. All right, I'm good now.
Because the NCAA doesn't do a national duels team championship, which I do think they should, but they don't. The NWCA, the National Wrestling Coaches Association, does one for all. They do one for all divisions: D1, D2, D3, and NAIA.
I knew NAIA Those
and
divisions.
women's. The NWCA does a dual championship at all divisions. But with the bracket we have,
the top 4 seeds are Iowa, Nebraska at 2, Ohio State at 3, and then Oklahoma State at 4.
Iowa being the 1 seed doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, the lineup is still pretty solid.
I think, me personally, I'm expecting an Oklahoma State Nebraska championship. I
mean, we're going to see probably a lot of NCAA final matchups regarding, without Penn State obviously, but we're going to see a lot of semifinal matchups.
This is in a few weeks, so like we'll do an episode with it where we get really into it and do a breakdown.
Yeah, and talk about it. This is a few weeks.
Talk about the rosters and everything like that.
Just bring it up to the viewers that this is happening and this is pretty big. I mean, we could see Iowa versus Illinois second round, Oklahoma State versus North Carolina State second round. I mean, there's gonna be some big matches.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see Oklahoma State, Iowa, which is crazy.
Virginia Tech's in it. That's something we could talk about real quick too.
Well, yeah, Virginia Tech will be good next year.
We'll touch on Virginia Tech after we go here,
but you're probably going to see like an Iowa, Oklahoma State, and to be honest, I think Lehigh is criminally underseeded.
They've got some really good lower weights.
I think Lehigh is criminally underseeded. I think they got them like the 15 seed.
They're facing Nebraska first round.
Aren't they like the 15 seed or some shit?
They don't have the numbers on this, but if they're facing a 2 seed, so then they're probably 15.
Yeah. How many teams are there? 16, right?
Yep. Yeah, so
they're like a super low seed.
Yeah, Missouri. But 16th seed.
But I think as a team, they're ranked like the team rankings, national rankings are like ranked 7th in the country.
Yeah,
and they got them ranked as a 15 seed.
They have a U20 world gold medalist returning, Luke Stanich. They have Ryan Crookham, who has beaten Vito multiple times. They also, and for some reason, Lehigh's always got some pretty good heavyweights, and not to mention too, Lehigh just signed Nathan Tomasello to their RTC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Lehigh's criminal. I don't think they're beating Nebraska, so the draw screwed them there. But if Lehigh was like wrestling
Missouri
in the first round, or
Arkansas Little Rock,
or Arkansas Little Rock. Come on, man, we seen Arkansas Little Rock above Lehigh.
They're wrestling Illinois first round.
Are we kidding right now? Don't get me wrong. I respect Arkansas Little Rock and what the coaching staff has done there.
They built something
because they brought that program from nothing in a state that is
wrestling,
abysmal at wrestling, and they've attracted kids down there to do it. And Little Rock's not exactly the best place to live. If we're, you know what I mean? It's not exactly the safest place to be, and they're still building the wrestling program down there. So mad props to the coaches, but to say they should be seated higher in Lehigh is kind of crazy work to me personally.
I mean, with Lehigh as a coaching staff with Darian Cruz, Nathan Tomasello.
I don't get it. Yeah,
but that's going to be a fun little episode. We'll deep dive that as like we did the World Championship senior level.
But also, to be fair, it's probably pretty hard to seed a tournament when there's been no wrestling at all.
This is all pure preseason.
It's basically
based.
a preseason seeding for a national tournament.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then, real quick, pivoting though, we had a major commitment that shocked the wrestling world a little bit this past week.
I was surprised that Bo Bassett and Melvin Miller committed to Virginia Tech. I did not see that one coming.
What is Virginia Tech building over there, you think?
I don't know.
I mean,
a Pennsylvania pipeline, hopefully.
Recently, they did bring on Jordan Oliver as a coach, so maybe that had something to do. I don't know, Jordan Oliver. I mean,
I was actually kind of expecting them to pick Nebraska.
I was expecting them or Oklahoma State follow their buddy Jax.
No, I don't think I think they definitely want.
Okay, let me throw a question: is coaching styles. When you look at like Penn State, Iowa, all that, what are you looking for? Well, we can't ask Jeff because Jeff likes to lose. But what normally can you put into a coaching style that will make a high level like a Bo Bassett pick Tech? What are you looking for? What are wrestlers looking for?
Well, I'll chime in here, Coach. I like to lose, but with the emergence of NIL, money's got to be kind of a factor.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think so too, because Virginia Tech's not really known for lower weights.
Mm-mm. I mean, nothing.
Virginia Tech's like really known for like the middle weights,
like Mekhi Lewis.
Yeah, like the middle weights.
Yeah,
and Mekhi Lewis.
McFadden.
I think Mekhi Lewis is their only national champ ever.
Caleb Henson.
Oh yeah, he won last year, didn't
He
he?
won 49 too. Yeah.
Middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
like
I was
the two
thinking,
national.
I mean to chime in, but I was thinking you probably would have heard a high level coach going to Tech before you heard Bo Bassett going there. I didn't hear no big name coach. Hey, so and so coach has this signed with Tech. Blah 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 blah. I didn't hear that. So what is Tech
I mean,
offering outside of money? You still got to win.
Maybe access to its RTC. I don't know.
I mean, if they can trade with the likes of Jordan Oliver, Mekhi Lewis, I mean, they also got Melvin Miller, who's the number one recruit in 2027.
I know that he decommitted from Iowa because of some stuff,
some scandal stuff
about because Brands wouldn't budge in certain things, and to be fair, Brands was probably in the right, if we're being honest.
I'm not going to bend the rules for a top recruit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, on the flip side, now he gets to wrestle in the ACC, which means he has a much easier path to qualify for NCAAs and get a better seating every year. Whereas Iowa or Nebraska have been in the Big Ten, and it's a dogfight.
Yeah.
Every single year to get into the NCAAs, and then
but
your seating kind of gets affected.
The question still remains: will he be coached high enough to perform at his best? I mean, he's got talent, he's good, but he can't coach himself.
Roby's a good coach at Virginia Tech. He's got a good coaching staff. He's coached 2 national champs. I mean, Virginia Tech had 0 national champs when he showed up.
Okay.
He's got 2 now.
He has multiple finalists as well.
And to be fair, Virginia Tech wasn't that good of a wrestling. Like, before Old Dominion shut their program down, a very valid argument, the best wrestling program in Virginia was Old Dominion.
Yeah, I forgot about
it. Wasn't
Old Dominion.
Virginia.
Jesus.
It wasn't Virginia Tech. It wasn't VMI. It was Old Dominion.
Yeah.
They were churning out All-Americans every year.
The Monarchs.
Old Steve Martin was down there handling business.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Roby showed up at Virginia Tech, and he made basically a non-thought about program into a perennial top 5 or 10 wrestling program in the country. So, can he be coached to a level? Sure.
Yeah, Bo Nichols just hit my news feed about miking up at RAF too. So he just
we touched on that a little bit. That Bo Nickel, I touched on it here on this episode. Does that mean he's going to be side by side with Juliana Pena? Is she still on then, or?
I have to imagine that. I don't know. They'll probably. I mean, at the beginning, they'll probably all be together, right?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, they had Chael and Bubba Jenkins next to each other the whole time usually.
Oh no, Jenkins
it
was the one.
It won't be just those two. It'll be another named, high level commentator who knows the game. To rely on Pena is not going to be something they would do. It'd probably be 2 guys and a female.
I have to imagine that Nickel and
I think Chris Vargo's going to be getting a shout here soon.
And somebody else is going to be commentating the matches. And Pena's probably going to be
if I had to put my money on something, I'm thinking Henry Cejudo.
Oh. He's a crazy man, we might see him on the mat.
I saw something about he was going to be at RAF.
Because I've been seeing him churn out content about RAF and technique and all that kind of good stuff a lot lately. A lot. So, out the blue,
he's probably
don't sound like
Cejudo's
it's
to wrestle at RAF.
I don't know if Cejudo wants to wrestle.
Cejudo not wanting to wrestle?
Yeah, I don't see that. I think he would.
I think he would too. If they gave him the chance, he would take a match in a heartbeat.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. I don't know. I mean, I think his at his age and talent, him as a commentator would be great.
I think so.
I think he'd be super jacked up when he's commentating, kind of like. I mean, to be fair, the perfect commentator for this would be Daniel Cormier, but that's neither here nor there.
I think Daniel Cormier is and Jordan Burroughs is really good at it.
Only because, like, seeing Cormier and Burroughs at the NCAAs,
and they were great.
When Bird from Illinois won, that shit was so funny.
Look at his girlfriend.
I was dying.
I love DC.
I'm wondering why DC has not been there yet. That's the question I have. Why hasn't he been asked, and why he's specifically not talking about it? I have not heard one podcast of him mentioning RAF yet, and I would think he would.
Dana White probably told him.
And speaking of Henry Cejudo, you think he wouldn't do this when you already got Keelan and Caden already doing it? He wouldn't do it, and he's more of a truist than those two.
What I'm saying is, this Cejudo is one of those guys you could bring in and make him a permanent face of the commentators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at some point, right? You got to try and settle in and find 2 or 3 dudes that just it's like every big UFC fight. It's going to be DC. It's going to be Joe Rogan, and the commentary is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be knowledgeable. You're going to be hooked. RAF at some point is going to have to settle on who's our DC and Joe Rogan. Who's going to be the face of RAF at the commentary level? Because at some point, the fans need the stability knowing, hey, when I watch RAF, I'm going to have a DC-like color commentator who knows his stuff but's going to say some funny-ass shit, and a Joe Rogan-type guy that's going to be so knowledgeable that he can almost call what's about to happen.
Yeah. Because you're right. Knowledge and delivery goes hand in hand. Knowledge don't mean you can deliver. This means you're smart. But
right.
You have to deliver the content as well.
At some point, they got to find that team. Right? It's just like when you watch baseball, right? When you finally get the right color commentator and the right play-by-play guy together, it makes the game exponentially more entertaining to watch on a day-to-day basis.
I've had a hard time. I got a hard time.
I still remember watching Steve Stone and Harry Carey on WGN every afternoon in the summer watching the Chicago Cubs because Harry Carey was a drunk and he was always drunk, and Steve Stone could just keep him in the pocket and do all the play-by-play, and it was just it was entertaining, it was just perfect, and it was so memorable, I remember it 20 years later, you know what I mean? And that's the commentators.
I think you're onto something that RAF needs to find a solidified commentator pairing. I think you're onto something there.
Yeah. It's got to be 2 dudes that flow together to just get each other.
Just gel.
And can.
I think there's 2 dudes sitting right here,
You want me on there?
I
would be the Harry Carey of RAF. I'd be drunk the whole time.
The drunk budget when it pan out, he get paid in beer. That ain't gonna work.
See, that'd be good. Pivoting real quick, I've got some wrestling conversations. Like our last episode.
Oh yeah, he's got, and also Coach G's got some MMA conversations for me too. I got him lit up pre-show.
I've got one. I've got one.
Hey Jeff, do your stuff, but before this thing is over, you're gonna see a fight kick off.
Hey, I think our chat would like that. All over the internet too. I mean, this has been a conversation for the wrestling ages.
Well, I already pissed off people last week, so let's go.
And I already know your stance on this, but I want to see how fired you'll get up about it. Is it state or states?
Is it state or states?
To me, it's state.
Here's the thing. If you live in a state that has classified wrestling, and you got 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and it's all held in the same day in the same place, it's states because you have multiple state champions.
Yeah.
You have multiple state championship tournaments.
Yeah.
If you're a state that is good, like California and Indiana, that have one class, where you have a single state tournament with a single state champion, then it is state.
Well, thank you for clarifying, but the question is it state or states?
I just told you.
What is better?
What's better?
That's the question. Is it state or states? This is on the internet forever. Is it state or states?
It depends on what state you live in.
No. Like, if there's states, a classified states tournament, it's not really a state championship. There should only be one state champion.
Well, that part I'm not disagreeing with. But I'm saying if it's state, the context of the question, though, on the internet is when you go to state, is your normal vernacular state or states, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say states, and in Indiana we say state.
Okay, but which the internet, a big TikTok argument.
I know, and I'm telling the internet what the right answer is.
Yeah.
If you live in a state that has multiple state champions in the same weight class, it's states.
Yeah. we know the vernacular of this now. What I'm trying to get at is, what to you holds more value? States or state?
State all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like think about it. Am I going to say that one of the 8 state champions in North Carolina now holds the same weight as a single class state champion in California that's a 44-man bracket?
Now,
absolutely not.
Now here's a question. At states, should all the state champions in that weight class wrestle each other?
They should, but they never will.
Why is that?
Because the coaches are too concerned about saying I coached the state champ instead of saying I coached the state champ.
I feel like winning a state championship at a state's level should move you into another bracket with all the rest of the state champions.
It should, but they don't do that. One, there's multiple reasons.
Who's the best? The question is, who's the best?
Exactly.
Here's the problem at the high school level. The coaches, and to be fair, if I'm a 1A state champ, right? Don't get me wrong. Let me preface this that no matter what class you're in any state and you win a state championship, some of those kids in the smaller weight classes could destroy everyone. It's just few and far between. There are studs in every class of wrestling, in every state. I'm speaking in a general term here that goes across the average, not the exceptions of the absolute maniac who wrestles 2A wrestling because he lives out in the middle of nowhere just as a freak of nature, all right? It's not what I'm talking about here, just so we're on the same page. Jersey also has one class. Thank you. But if I'm a typical average 1A or 2A state champ in a state that has 5A, 6A, 7A, right? A lot of the southern states have 6, 7 classes for wrestling.
Georgia.
Right? I don't want to wrestle the rest of the state champs because I won a state championship.
So you think ego has a thing about it?
100%. And then if I'm a coach at a little 1A or 2A school, I don't want to see my state champ get mollywopped by the 7A state champ in the same weight class. Because now even then, my personal belief is your school size has no bearing on your ability to be a great wrestler as an individual.
Okay.
You want to have duels be classified. That makes perfect sense because how good your dual team is absolutely determined based on your school size.
So how are you ranked? How are you ranked?
What do you mean?
I mean, if they're all state champions, are they all ranked number 1?
In their respective class, yeah.
Yeah, so like
this kid will be ranked number 1 in 1A, this kid will be ranked number 1 in 2A, this kid will be ranked number 1 in 3A, so on and so forth.
At the same weight class.
Yeah, at the same weight class.
Just a different class, school size classing.
Yeah. I've always been a big proponent of the individual tournament being one class and the state dual tournament being classed. That's what I've always been a fan of.
That's all Indiana has.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of that. When I grew up in Indiana, not only was the individual tournament not classed, the dual tournament wasn't either.
Really?
The IHSA dual tournament wasn't classed.
Where'd they host the dual tournament when you grew up in Indiana?
Well, it's like I think Lawrence Central.
Lawrence Central? It was there one year.
Or like Lawrence North or something. But
hi, Harry Plopper.
But like if your team won sectionals, which was based off individual points, you got your team title in sectionals, that qualified your dual team to wrestle at regionals, and then you get the actual wrestle dual matches for regionals, semi-state, and state.
Interesting.
So back in the day, it was a single class dual tournament too,
that was probably a long day too.
Which was bananas, and modern day one every year. So it didn't matter.
Modern day one every year.
So back in Chris's day to Jeff's day, what's changed?
Well, I mean,
the IHSA got rid of duels.
Yeah,
so
the IH.
So the Coaches Association does the state dual tournament now.
Yeah, now it's classed.
The individual tournament is exactly the same, except they allow limited wrestlebacks now. Because even when I wrestled in high school, there were no wrestlebacks.
Yeah, there's wrestlebacks in the state dual tournament. I mean, I'm about 8 years out of high school now, Coach. So from my remembering, I know. Thanks for that look. I'm old. From my remembering, It was 1A, 2A, 3A for us. 3A was the biggest. Penn was always 3A.
What, wrestling?
Yeah. It was 1A, 2A, 3A. And then, like,
it's 4A now.
There's 4A now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was, oh, wow. It's really changed already.
Okay, so good. Let's bring up a good question. Now we're talking about duels and all that kind of good stuff, and I put it in the title. Is wrestling progressing? Is it going in the right direction? Are we comfortable, like from rule sets to matches? So like you said, with all these belts in the same weight class, are we progressing in the right direction when it comes to wrestling?
Ooh, I think
I'll let Chris take this one.
The general trajectory, I think we're progressing because we have a legitimate professional league now. The freestyle and Greco rules got changed so that the wrestling would actually be entertaining. So that's a plus.
Yeah.
I think folk style is trying to progress, but kind of getting in their own way. But I think the sport as a whole is moving in the right direction. I think high school is kind of regressing a little bit because
how so?
All the good public school kids leave public school and get recruited and move out of state and do this and do that. Yeah. I think at the high school level, wrestling is absolutely regressing. It's nothing but who can recruit.
It's becoming a recruitment.
It's nothing
battle.
about who can recruit the best now instead of who can develop the kids in their school district. So that part kind of sucks.
So is NIL throwing a major monkey wrench in the development or no?
It's not even NIL. It's just these spoiled ass parents who everyone knows is moving their kids for wrestling, and then their kids get caught, and they say they can't wrestle, and then they sue the school, and they sue the corporation, they sue the athletic direction, and then these pussy ass judges in the Supreme Court basically overrule the already written rules by the state-run association to allow them to wrestle. So then the IHSA is like, screw it. We're just not going to have the rule anymore. You can just transfer now. So now you can just transfer. Everybody's just recruiting everybody. And it's gay as hell. I hate it. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Go off then. I agree too.
It's stupid. Like, okay, it's not about who the best coach is anymore. It's about who can just recruit the best.
Yeah.
It's not about where you live anymore. Nothing. There's no community. It destroys the community, which is what wrestling's about anyway. It creates all this drama in the community that the wrestling community doesn't need.
Chris, I think you left out a couple of trigger words. Keep going. Keep adding as many trigger words as you can to discuss your feelings about the topic.
It ruins everything that amateur wrestling is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
And I hate it. And then you go to wrestling meets now, and like you go into the gym, and sometimes you're just like, damn, I don't want to wrestle this team because everyone's just being a bunch of assholes, booing kids, yelling, doing all this shit, and it's like, this is a high school wrestling match. Sit down, root for your kid, and shut the hell up. Why are the parents and the fans yelling at each other across the gym? Oh, because all these kids are transferring and getting stolen from each other. That's why. Yeah. It's not the kids' fault. The kids are just doing what their parents tell them to do.
Yeah.
But also you got to think social media for that, because everybody thinks they have a voice now. Everybody thinks their voice has as much weight as anybody else's. God forbid you get elected. Your elected means nothing now because the guy who lives in his barn has the same voice as you do. So
well, there should be an IQ limit on whose voice counts, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, how would you solve the recruiting issue, Chris? Harry Plopper.
How do you solve the recruiting issue? You close the school districts again. You stop having open enrollment. You just straight up don't allow transfers without a physical change of address of the entire family. That's what you do. That's how you solve it.
Well, should there be a limit? You got to be in that state or in that district for at least a year before you can eligibility. When should eligibility be allowed?
If you physically move, aka you have property that you physically live in a school district, mm-hmm. and you don't have the property in the school district you used to live in, you physically moved, changed your job, did everything like a normal person would do when they move, then you should be eligible.
Okay, so then here's a little wrench. What if the parents were to get divorced?
That's what I was going to ask that question. Look at Jeff
And
coming
it's
up with
whoever
something
has
good.
primary custody. Then it's whoever has primary custody.
What if it's split?
Well, they don't split it during the school year. I promise you that.
You're probably right.
That's usually they live with one during the school year. They live with one during the summer. That's normally how split custody goes.
Yeah, the recruitment it's the recruitment issue. I mean, it was starting to become pretty bad when I was in high school, and now it's got out of hand.
It's
in Indiana, at least.
It's the worst, dude. It's the absolute worst. And then you get these coaches who got these inflated egos because
they have this crazy
team.
They
recruited a bunch of kids. They didn't develop any of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Didn't develop any of them.
When is the
they just got
happen?
them. Didn't develop shit.
And then they're winning everything.
And it's like, dude, like.
Okay, so what's going to happen at the college level? Whoever got the biggest bank account can build the best team.
That's college. Even the kids are adults at that point, man. Like that's a different dynamic. These are kids we're talking about.
I got you.
Those kids in college are adults.
Yeah.
So that's a little different dynamic there because you could not go to college and start making money right away in a real job. Who is the best
college coach? Giga Chad.
It's Sanderson.
Cal Sanderson from Penn State College. Now, pivoting real quick from this recruitment talk, another conversation I saw was that a phenomenal defensive wrestler will beat a phenomenal offensive wrestler 9 out of 10 times, Chris. What are your thoughts on that?
Only because the rules allow stalling.
So you agree that a phenomenal defensive wrestler will beat a phenomenal offensive wrestler?
Only because of the rule set.
Only because of the rule set?
Yes.
Not because
I agree.
Not because they can weather a storm and reattack, or they can.
Defensive wrestlers don't reattack.
Yeah, look at Wesley.
They go behind. That's it.
Hey, that was Wes, Coach. Wes was
when you're talking about
a defensive wrestler out his ass.
An extremely defensive wrestler. What you're saying is one that doesn't shoot ever, right?
We'll say that, yeah.
So if you're
that just scores off of their shot.
If your entire wrestling style is defense, you don't shoot. So by definition, your style of wrestling is stalling. They just don't call it. By definition, by wrestling defensively, you are not wrestling aggressively. So it should be it's stalling.
So Chris,
you get Wes on this. Wes would go off.
Let's really dive in a quick minute on stalling. How is stalling classified? What makes it stalling?
We went over this last episode a little bit, but
not wrestling.
Well, how about I want a little piece more there, Jeff?
Not the rule book says not wrestling aggressively.
Yeah, backing up,
neutral, backing up, going out of bounds under your own power.
I mean, to a ref's discretion as well. If you think a wrestler is not doing anything to improve a position,
blocking instead of shooting.
Yeah.
To keep the match going, to engage the match.
Yep.
I got you.
On bottom, it's not trying not to escape, not moving. On top, it's not trying to turn, which that never gets called.
Riding the hips.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't know. Stalling is subjective to a referee, or when the whole arena is yelling stalling.
And that's where I was going, because the ref paints the tone of what stalling was not. You know what I'm saying? Because you see Chris lose his fucking mind when somebody's stalling and then the ref don't call it. You know, it's a long day.
To be honest, I get the refs to call it quite frequently.
Yeah,
I'm really good at influencing them.
Yeah, if you ever been in a room with Chris at a wrestling tournament, it sucks.
I've been there.
I've been there and I hated it.
I don't know. When Chris and I sit at wrestling tournaments,
that's 'cause I can't drink.
When Chris and I are at wrestling tournaments, we pretty much have the same ideas on matches. So I
find that very hard to believe, but okay. Once Chris get a bug in his ass, it's a long fucking day.
Well, that's true.
All right.
That's true. I will get fired up and stay fired up. That's
all
a
right,
fact.
Coach, bring up your MMA topics. I want to see a fight.
That's an absolute fact.
I want to see a fight.
So I will start off. Jeff, in MMA, what do you consider a pound for pound fighter? What makes a pound for pound fighter?
Like you're talking about the number one pound for pound.
Yeah, when somebody says this fighter is number one pound for pound, what makes him so?
I think I'm looking at how long he's held the belt, title defenses, how often he fights, how he fights, if his fights go to finish or if they're unanimous decisions or they're split decisions, how his fights are chosen or, it's tough because right now I have a feeling I know where this conversation's going.
Oh, it's going.
It's going.
Oh, it's going to go.
It's going.
From what I just said, I think that would classify my pound for pound. I mean, how they finish a fight, how their fights finish, how many title defenses they had, how often they fight.
One guy on this screen doesn't finish fights hardly ever.
Merab? No.
Almost 90% of his fights go 5 rounds.
Go
the full fight.
Merab's a little bit of a different story in the classifying and finishing because Merab's 5-round fights are absolute domination on his part.
And he's fought more high-level fighters than Il Topuria has. So Chris is riding the top 3 that are very popular, which I get the fanfare of it all. But Merab has beaten more top contenders than Il Topuria has.
I don't.
He knocked out Oliveira in the first round.
I'd have to say that Ilia Topuria should be above Merab. I mean, he went back to back.
In what category?
Pound for pound.
How?
I mean, one, he's a double champ.
Two weights.
Two, he knocked on the door for Volk, knocked him out, knocked on the door of Max Holloway, who had never been knocked down before this fight, and then got knocked down and knocked out, and then knocked out Oliveira. So 3 legends of the sport back to back to back.
There you go. Key word. 3 legends of the sport who've been in multiple wars. Time again, they're on their opposite side of their prime careers. Here comes Il Topuria as the new guy on the scene, and now automatically he's pound for pound best. With 5 fights, he's now pound for pound best.
First of all, Oliveira and Volk are not on the opposite of their prime. Volk is a current UFC champion
who just went to war with Diego Lopez.
Volk went to war with everybody. That's the whole point. He went to war with everybody.
He didn't go to war with Topuria. He knocked him out.
Topuria knocked him
out. But like I said, how many wars, 3-peats, 2-peats has Il Topuria been in? None.
He's also never lost a championship fight.
He hasn't had multiple tests yet. He hasn't fought all the types yet. Volk has. Everybody else in that roster that he beat has. He hasn't done it yet. He's a new champion. Just because he got 2 belts, don't make him pound for pound. When they're giving away, when they're giving them away now, when anybody can get a freaking double belt. These guys had to earn their shots. He just got good fights at the right time. He beat the right guys. He hasn't been up the line yet. He hasn't cleared out divisions yet. He hasn't done it. These guys have cleared out divisions.
Hey, we're about to see a very dangerous Topuria too, because his wife just cheated on him.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be angry.
He's killing people. I will
very
agree. I just saw that.
I'd make him number 1 pound for pound just for that, dog.
We're about to see a very dangerous Topuria.
When he literally murders somebody in the cage, I would go, yeah, he's pound for pound.
Imagine being that dude.
I don't want to be that dude.
Imagine being the dude and you find out that the mistress you've been sleeping with is Topuria's wife.
Yeah, you're getting murdered.
You're just like, I'd change my name, change my identity.
You might be in jail before you can.
Not only that mother effer is in freaking protective custody. Il Topuria is an icon in his country. He is not only a superstar, everybody loves him. Everybody
says he's a great guy.
And for his wife to cheat on him, knowing, no, not her cheating. I don't give an F what she was trying to do. It was the guy who did it.
Coach, all I gotta say is that Chris, if Ilia Topuria can get cheated on, there's no hope for me.
Hey, dude, you give for some people you can give them the You can give them the world, and they want the whole solar system.
Yeah,
bro.
they want. That's no different than Steph Curry and Aisha Curry going out there and running her mouth about not being happy in her marriage. Same daggone thing. They wait till these guys become superstars, give them the world, and they're still not happy.
I'm a big Steph Curry fan, and man, she makes Steph look bad.
Man, dude.
What?
The
thing is, Steph can't do anything because his squeaky clean image, he can't mess with it, right? So he can't go at her and come out there and call her any name in the book like he wants to.
We're still together though.
He's a guy who doesn't have any blemishes on his name and his career. She's the blemish. Just like with
to be fair,
his wife is the blemish now, not him. Is his spouse? They're the blemish on his career.
To be fair, there is the level of you got 4 kids, so you gotta
keep the family together.
You guys want to stay around your kids.
Yeah, but I mean, besides the fact, steering away from the conversation here, Coach, Marab versus Topuria.
That went crazy real fast.
But like I'm saying, I don't know. Just I think we're on a collision course for Islam versus Topuria, and that's the fight that's going to decide pound for pound.
If he beats Islam, then you can have that conversation.
Well, first Islam has to beat Jack Della Maddalena in November.
Which he will.
Islam is getting ready to have his first fight at welterweight at the beginning of November. So Islam's looking to become a double champ as well. And so we're about to see a immovable object meet a really fast-moving force in Topuria.
I'd love to see double champ versus double champ, dude.
I mean, think of the pay-per-views that sells out for Dana.
That'd be sick. Does the winner get to be a four division champ?
No.
All I'm saying
is a quad champ?
All I'm saying is you're putting Il Topuria in the same name as John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, Vanderlei Silva. You put him in all of those category names.
I mean, Coach, there's only been what? There's been less than 10 double champs in the history of the UFC, and he's one of them.
But look what it took to get double champ. This has been happening recently where it's easy to get it. These guys never had the chance to be double champ. They didn't let it happen. Dana White didn't let it happen back then. He's letting it happen now. He's letting it happen now.
It's only easy if you win, bud.
But you got to be able to get it. Dana White wasn't letting people be double champs back in the day. He wasn't.
You got to win.
It had nothing to do with winning. He wasn't letting it happen.
Winning a title fight and then jumping up to win another title fight is somehow easy is insanity.
First of all, Dana White's got to want to have. Just because you want it, don't mean Dana White's going to let you do it.
And the way he did it too, knocked out a legend in Volkanovski, moved up. Well, first knocked out Max Holloway for the BMF.
Yeah,
he does have the BMF belt as well.
Yeah, he does. He also has the BMF belt.
That's a bitch made belt. I'll be honest.
He still has it.
Watch my mouth. That's a bitch made belt.
Still has it.
Knocks out Volkanovski for the lightweight belt, and then moves up, and then knocks out Oliveira, and knocks out Max Holloway in the beginning.
Dude, he knocked out Oliveira in the first round.
I'm not saying who he beat. Clinical. He did beat 3 top guys. That don't make him go. That don't
dominated all 3 of them.
That don't make him pound for pound. That make him a good fighter with heavy hands.
He dominated them and knocked them out.
He hasn't run the gauntlet yet. He has not run the gauntlet yet.
Rob doesn't
He has not run the gauntlet yet. He has a couple of good fights. He has not run the gauntlet.
He doesn't
have
to.
He hasn't been through everybody. He hasn't been tested everywhere. He hasn't.
I think.
What do you mean he hasn't been tested? He beat a current champ. He hasn't
been tested everywhere. He hasn't.
I think his test.
If he get past Islam, maybe we can have a conversation.
Look,
but until that
I think
happens,
our conversation. No. I think for this conversation to be valid right now,
UFC agrees with me, so it's a valid conversation.
I mean, I think this conversation would be even more valid.
Nobody agrees with you. The ranking sucks. The ranking means nothing. They pick who they want to pick when they want to pick them.
Hear me out here.
You know it, I know it.
Still happens to agree with me. So
Settle down, ladies. Settle down, ladies. So, look, we've got a double champ in Topuria here, right?
Topuria is the GOAT. That's right. Let's go, baby.
I think that Merab should move up and fight Volk for a belt.
I think
Alexandra Pantoja, but weight below him, should move up and fight Merab because Pantoja is also killing everybody in the bantamweight
first of all,
division.
maybe Merab should probably fight.
You acting like guys can just make weight. Big guys come down, and you're fighting a bigger guy. Why do you think Demetrius Johnson couldn't go up to 135? There were bigger guys coming down from 145, 155. That's what you're missing. Bigger guys can come down. Smaller guys can't go up.
But if you're the champ, you can. I'm not saying Merab go down. Merab's in the middle of three weight classes right now. Merab, there's a champ below him, and Alexandra Pantoja, the Brazilian fighter who actually just submits everybody, and he's below Alexander Volkanovski. So he either moves up to fight Volk, or Pantoja goes up, or he goes down. I don't know if Merab can go down because I don't think he's got any more to lose, honestly, when he does make that cut.
I think Merab's too small to go up.
So then I think Merab would be in this conversation if Merab held 2 belts.
Okay. That's if he can be a true at a bigger weight, be a true guy at that weight. That is not easy to do.
Also, on the flip side, though, if I was going to do one of those, I'd move up to fight Volk because Volk loses basically every big match he has.
And he's also 36.
But somehow.
There you go. And somehow, 36. There you go, Jeff. Tell Chris.
Merab's 35.
Topuria, he was 33 when he fought Topuria, coach.
Merab's 35.
Really?
So what are we talking about?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure that's all we have for you tonight, too. We have another thing to go for next week. Another episode. Guess what hasn't happened yet?
What?
The last international level championship, U23s, is at the end of October. Or it should be the week before RAF 2, U23s. So we'll have a little U23 dive in. We'll talk more about RAF because RAF 02 is approaching. Again, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Kip, subscribe to our YouTube. You know,
also TikTok.
You guys know the classic spiel about following and whatnot, and I'll give it to you because I have to. And again, our betting experts will be. Our betting experts will be
about Coach D. He gets jealous.
And Coach D, our production animal.
Yeah, he gets jealous if you don't mention him.
Hey, just know too, our betting experts will be facing the crowd here pretty soon. We'll get that to you. But other than that, anything else to sign off on, guys?
Nah, I don't feel like fighting Coach D anymore tonight.
Yeah, we'll end on that little fight.
I'm ready for bed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. I'll see you next week. Be on the lookout on our socials for some posts. Peace out.
All right, chat. Hold it down. Hey, good podcast as usual, guys. Peace.